vengeance.
Gold!
Hello, everyone! Welcome to another Vengeance God stream. My name is Mikey Fatum, also known as Vengeance God, also known as Ambassador Kel. It is good to see ya. Happy Thursday. Hope everybody's doing good today. As I try to talk over the whale probe. Hope you're having a good Thursday. I feel like I haven't seen you all in 24 hours. We're starting with the sounds today. I listened to some of my clips from yesterday, and I realized that, like, Mori and the game were super quiet, and I was super loud, so we're going to try and fix that today. I turned myself down a little bit. And I turned the desktop audio up a little bit. You're right, Jeremy, I haven't, and that makes me sad. Tears down your cheek. I do want to get up to Seattle at some point soon, though. Maybe I'll try and go to PAX this year, and like actually spend a couple extra days. I don't know. It goes good, Endeavor. How goes it with you? Yes, please, Jeremy. Immediately. In fact, share it in the Discord. So yeah, today was wild. So one of the Fusion's, actually not one of, the Fusion's absolute best friend in the world has been absent from school, and turned out he had COVID. So when the Fusion woke up with a fever and body aches this morning at 6 a.m., we all panicked. Thankfully, we tested, and it's not COVID. It's just the fever thing that she gets once every couple of months. Whew, but that was a weird, like, I'm going to have to rearrange everything and cancel all my streams, and oh god, my daughter hurts, and it's okay. She's okay, but oh man. Her best friend has a super mild case, thankfully. Both the kids in that house are not that affected, but it knocked his dad, who's one of my friends, on his ass apparently. So I feel bad for him. So yeah, cool. So today is City of Heroes Day, but before we get started, I want to once again remind you all that we have merch in the merch store. You can see it at that link. We've got
New achievement.
Thanks, Dexter. We've got Proud Captain of a Frisbee Strapped to a Canoe by Duncan, Idaho. USS Oberth, a Frisbee Strapped to a Canoe, also by Duncan, Idaho. And then the three new ones. We've got You Madron Bro. We've got the Ludo Narrative Dissonance collection that you all came up with. Whoops. I spelled that really wrong. And we've got this one. It's a gift for both Fragrance and myself, so that we can both be right about The Last Jedi. Hello to everybody who's here today. Hey, Trexpert. Hey, Dexter. Hey, Nihilus. Hey, Endeavor. Hey, Jeremy. Hello. Is that everybody? I thought I saw someone now. I definitely saw Fragrance wave earlier. So, hi, Fragrance. I know you're here, even if you're hiding. It's good to see you all. All right, so today is a day for City of Heroes, which I didn't fully set up. Just a moment. Actually, before I do that, El Ciudad de Heroes! I assume that's what you wanted. I don't know who Sabado Gigante is, but... Oh, no! I'll see if I can get bigger ones, Jeremy. Hello, game capture. There you go. Okay. All right. Well, let's keep going with the ongoing story of Kamen Rider Caliburn. Okay, that's what... It was a long-running Saturday TV show on Univision. Cool. Yeah, I'll see if I can get some bigger sizes, Jeremy. And of course, I didn't mention that there is also there's also a Vengeance Gods logo shirt, so you could grab that too. A t-shirt shrinkage should be illegal. It's one of those things that we like. Why haven't we as a society overcome this tiny problem? I want scientists on that. Alright, what are we doing? Returning to a contact. Great. You saved a lot of important items from the Freak Show, Kamen Rider Caliburn. You should be proud. As for the Freak Show's aim, well, I guess they didn't have one, apart from rampant destruction. What? That's how the freaks entertain themselves. It's too bad it's the rest of society that pays the price. The Vengeance Gourd shirt? I might have to dive into that. Yeah, Jeremy, I realized I made all these shirts and I put them up, and then I realized there was absolutely no branding for my stream anywhere on them. And so I was going to put a big logo on the back, and then I was like, that seems excessive. And so I decided to put a little one on the sleeve, because also then, you know, people are more likely to see it, I would think. A jack-o'-lantern version of my logo. I should look at... I wonder if I can do that. Oh, I guess it'd probably be pretty easy to just take my logo and slap it onto a jack-o'-lantern in a way that looks right. I shall investigate. You want Vengeance God? What is that? Is that... I would just have to get... I don't know how I would do that. But I'll think about it. I'll think about it for you, Dexter. Oh... all right, so we're going to investigate the warehouse and destroy any Superodon we find. It's we have an opportunity to strike a powerful blow against the family, Kamen Rider Caliburn, but you will have to act quickly. We have traced a significant portion of their Superodon operation through a warehouse in Independence Port. I need you to investigate that warehouse and destroy any Superodon you find. We think they may be aware of our surveillance. You only have 75 minutes to investigate the warehouse.
Executioner!
Brilliant. Brilliant. Excellent use of the sound effect. Excellent pun, Nihilus. Exactly what I would expect from all of you. All right, we got to go to Independence Port, which means we need a tram. We were talking a little bit yesterday about like nostalgia and stuff, and I was thinking about it, you know, as it comes to this game. Like we were talking about you know, games from the same series where you absolutely love one because you played it as a kid, and then you don't love it anymore. I don't know, I forgot what I was gonna say. You don't love a similar one from the same era because you didn't play it when you were a kid. And it's interesting how like media and games and stuff can remind us of our childhood in a way that, like, we love the thing because we love how it feels to experience it. Like, every time I hear that opening theme song, or the, like, da-da-da-da-da on the login screen, I'm just like, this, it just makes me feel happy, because it reminds me of freshman year of college. It's a great feeling. But it also, you know, art is subjective, and that is another further proof of it. And video games are art. I will fight you. I've been thinking really hard about... So the thing that we have on this stream that's really fun is, like, this isn't necessarily a funny stream where, like, laughs are happening every 10 minutes. And it definitely isn't a stream where someone is playing because they're really good at video games. Witness the number of deaths I had in Jedi Academy on Wednesday. But the thing we do have that's great is all the cool conversations we have in chat and all of you guys. So I've been trying to figure out how to advertise that. And my therapist recommended that I focus on those moments where, like, I, you know, go on one of my rants like I just did. So I'm going to be trying to clip those as they come up. But if I miss one, if I say something profound, clip it for me. I don't remember if I could swim. I can. Well, I am playing a video game, and I do want people to come and join to see that video game, Trexpert. I don't know, Dexter. You and Trexpert both are a fountain of useful information, I find. I can usually just be like, I don't know this fact. Let me ask chat, and one of the two of you will have the Wikipedia entry copied and pasted within minutes. From your brain. Yeah, Death Reels is a good idea, too. I did that with, On Guard, and it was pretty good. You got a lot of information on useless fountains, Trexpert? Is that what you're saying? Because I would love to hear it. Give me a fact about a useless fountain. A mixed entertainment streamer. I don't know what that means. I should go back into Champions, Jeremy. I keep talking about wanting to pick back up the costume contest that Deca sadly dropped. But what I need is I need to get a connection with the Champions community in such a way that I can reach out to them and like get the word out to everybody. Because I no longer have the ability to just log in and make a game-wide broadcast or to make a blog post on the official website. Business, a ton of people still play this game. It was dead for several years, and it recently rose from the dead. I guess recently, as in like 3 or 4 years ago. There's a long, complicated story, but basically there was a fan server that was private that then became public, and they were worried it was going to get shut down, and NCSoft did nothing, and then eventually gave them the rights to keep running the game. So this is Homecoming, Jex Henry. There you go, Trexpert. Jex Henry, I know exactly what you mean, but the fact that you referred to the early game and tutorials of Star Trek Online as concise. So I went to go see an improv show the other day, and it was actually with a lot of the Dropout people, and I saw Sam Reich walking to the parking lot after the show, and I said to him, that was some of the best improv I've ever seen. And he looked me in the eyes and said, I beg of you, see more improv. And so I will now say unto you, Jex Henry, I beg of you, play more video games. That might be help coordinating, Jeremy. I might also... I don't have the contact info for the Champions CM, who is also the Neverwinter CM. If I can get that, maybe I can reach out to them and see if I can get something semi-official going. I don't know how they'll feel about it, but maybe they'll love it. Because the other thing I don't have is Pride support. Punch him in the face! It feels really weird being a superhero in, like, powered armor with the ability to transform into a god of battle, punching dudes in just, like, suits with Tommy guns. But, that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. I'm glad that you are getting your worth out of your... That would be great, Jeremy. Thank you. I appreciate it a lot. But yes, I'm glad your $2,000 gaming rig isn't going to waste, Jex Henry. What other games are you playing? I did meet Sam Reich, yes. I have met Sam, and I have hung out with Erika Ishii because we have mutual friends in 2 situations, neither of which where I had a conversation with her longer than 30 seconds. Kind of a hi, how you doing? But wait, is Erika Ishii she, they, or is she just they, them? He said, butchering the pronouns and attempting to find out the pronouns. Alright, if this guy could take this many punches... I don't feel quite as bad about beating up the mob. That's, I think, part of the reason why it's my life, Trexpert, is that I'm very good at not freaking out at the time. I activate my my actor abilities and just pretend it's any other day. Oh yeah, I met Iffy the other day too, and did exactly that. You know, like, hey, I'm Mike. Oh, Iffy, nice to meet you. You know, like I had no idea who he was, and I think he knew I knew who he was, and I knew he knew I knew who he was, but it was still, you know, another one of those friend of a friend. He was hanging out with somebody I know at the local board game store. Thank you, Jeremy. Appreciate it. Nice, Jack Henry. Yeah, I remember Trexpert when I went to the first Power Rangers convention, the first Power Morphicon. This is maybe a decade or more ago, which was a really cool experience because it was the first time a lot of these folks had ever been to a convention. And Austin St. John walked off the elevator and came over to talk to a group of people I was talking with, Austin St. John being the original Red Ranger. And myself and Mei Ling played it really cool, but one girl in our group was just like, and like couldn't talk. And I was like, I get it, but also oh, Nihilus, yeah, memory issues are a pain in the ass. The only thing that helps me is practice. I learned this actually from a friend's ex-wife. My best friend in the world has a horrible witch of a woman who is their ex-wife, but she did do one thing right, which is when they first started dating, she just spent apparently hours in the car going like, this is my boyfriend, they are this. This is my partner, they are this, so that they would, because she would get it in their head. If he is a fucking mountain of a man, like he's in person bigger than you think he is on TV, and we already think he's huge. He's next to all the tiny dropout people. I am jokingly mad, furious with Iffy though, because hosting actually is supposed to be my job. How dare they not give it to me, a person they've never heard of? Oh, that's awesome, Shirato. I did. So they for the episode of Game Changer that just came out, they were casting people to be in the crowd for it, and I applied and did get interviewed for the show. And at the end of it, I jokingly, and I stress jokingly, the casting director was like, "Do you have any questions?" And I was like, "Yeah, how do I get cast on them actually? Ha ha ha!" And now I wonder if that's why I didn't get picked, because they were like, "Oh, this guy's, you know, a mark," to use wrestling terms. Oh yeah, that happens to me too. Now you guys see that happen all the time on the stream. I'll start saying something and then I'll be like, "Yeah," because something in real life will distract me, or in the game. I remember there were a couple of times back when I was streaming for Cryptic where Jet would very nicely offer to like, "Do you want me to play the game for you so you can interview the person and focus on that?" And I always said no because I wanted to be good at my job, but I do get distracted sometimes. It's funny because during like meetings and like therapy and stuff where it's like a big, you know, like I have to sit and focus on something, like especially like just talking to someone on a computer screen, I tend to play video games, you know, something that doesn't have story but can take a bit of my attention so that I can focus on the other thing, which works because I don't completely lose focus. If I didn't have that, I would go on I would open a web browser, I'd start looking at Facebook, I'd completely lose focus on what I'm supposed to be doing. But still, like, sometimes my therapist will ask me a question, and it'll take me, like, 20 minutes to get an answer out. Because I'm like, well, there was one time that she actually called me out on it because I was playing Jurassic World Evolution, and I could not form a sentence because I was so focused on not having dinosaurs eat everyone in my park when they inevitably broke out. What are these? Team transporter and mission transporter. Okay. Oh, I have that all the time, Nihilus. It's so frustrating because you feel so dumb. You're like, it's just a simple word. I know this word. I use it all the time, but now it's gone. Is there a shard that is popular? Jex Henry, I think Homecoming is the biggest one. That's the one that I'm playing on right now. There's a couple of different revival servers, but Homecoming was kind of the first, and I think has pretty active development. And yes, I'm on Excelsior. If you meant internal server, and Trexpert, you didn't pay the points to get me to say this, but Jurassic Park is frightening in the dark. All the dinosaurs are running wild. I have a strong memory from that song because when I was on a road trip with some, I won't say friends from middle school. I don't know why I was in a car with them going somewhere, but we were listening and singing along to Weird Al, and we were listening to "Living in the Fridge," and I got to the point where he opens the fridge and screams, and I did that part too because that's part of the song, and everybody looked at me like I was crazy, and then they started playing Jurassic Park, and one of the kids was like, "You're not gonna do all the dinosaur roars, are you?" Wild that I don't remember where I was going, who I was with, what I was doing, but I remember that so clearly. Also, hello, Shirato. Welcome. I don't know if I said hi to Jex Henry when you got here, but hello. Thank you for the follow, Shirato. I appreciate it. Might have been a chaperone field trip. I don't know. I was in somebody's parents' car. I know that for sure. That could be it. You know, I did get a lot of ransom abductions when I was a child. Busting this lab. You know why? Because busting makes me feel good. Okay, so, hot tip, by the way. Ghostbusters? Not a good choice. I love this new achievement thing, and I'm so glad that, if nothing else, at least Dexter is having a lot of fun with it. What was I talking about before the achievement popped in? Is that really what that song's about, Trexpert? There's, did anybody see, oh god, what was it called? It was a Netflix movie about a family on a road trip when robots take over the world. I can't remember I can't remember the name of the movie right now. My brain is stuck on Meet the Robinsons, which is a very different movie. But there's a bit in that movie, Mitchell's versus the Machines. Thank you, Trexpert. Love that movie. There's a bit at the very beginning of the movie where the youngest Mitchell is just calling people in the phone book and going, "Do you want to talk to me about dinosaurs?" And I feel like that's my life sometimes. Did anybody watch that Chris Pratt, Millie Bobby Brown one that just came out on Netflix? Also forgetting the name of that. I haven't had a chance to check it out yet. I heard terrible things about it, but it looks interesting. Me too, Nihilus. Me too. I was so excited when I found out one of my classmates had like a shrine to Star Wars in his room. But he didn't want to talk to me about Star Wars. The Electric State. There it is. It's all right, Dexter. We know you wear as a badge of honor that you watch the most twisted things you can find. Ah, there it is. I knew I heard it. Oh, Nihilus. Oh, I had um a guy in my 8th grade in England who we bonded over pro wrestling, and I mistakenly thought we were buddies, and I just kept calling him to try and invite him over to come watch Raw at my house. And he always said no, and I found out later he was complaining to the other kids about how annoying it was. What we need to do is build a time machine and all go back and be friends when we were kids. So that our kid versions of ourselves can get some fucking closure. Although that's kind of what I'm doing in therapy. The guy was just ignoring me and then goes for a Kevin Nash style big boot. Well, it's not quite Kevin Nash style. He didn't tear both his quads. Oh yeah? What were reviews saying about it, Nihilus? Jeremy, I hate to tell you this. You're a really weird, awkward adult. We all are. That's true, Dexter. That's also true, Jeremy. Yes. We have both the healthy coping mechanisms and the unhealthy coping mechanisms. Alright, I gotta go find a superhero to level up. There's one. Aurora Borealis. God, masking is so fucking exhausting, y'all. And I can't even, like, control when I do it anymore. Anybody else just, like, mask up around people you don't have to do it around? Like friends and coworkers and family and shit. It is the worst. Because suddenly at the end of the day, you're like, why am I so exhausted? And you realize because you've been physically acting all the time. Yeah, Trekford, we're going to break you of apologizing for perceived slights. We're gonna do it. Yep. Same, Jeremy. Where do I end and the performance begin? Free masks for mental sanity gifting. I like that. Most of the, like, training superheroes get to be in, like, public parks with huge statues. This person is in what looks to be a public graveyard outside the hospital. Oh, you shouldn't feel called out, Hunter. Embrace the fact that we're all going through it. When I was a kid, when I was a young adult, I was horrifically anxious and depressed all the time because I thought it was just me. Finding out there were so many other people who were going through the same shit was so incredibly helpful. There's I was watching a YouTube video the other day, and apparently there's some laws in certain neighborhoods of New York where if you build a giant building, you have to build like a publicly accessible place, like a park or something. But all the, corporations that have these giant buildings don't want a publicly accessible park on their property. So they make them, like, super hard to find. Like, hide them away. It's wild. I might, Dexter, that's not a bad idea. Jesus, Ramona. Yeah, that guy didn't know anything. All right, 2 new enhancement slots. Let's get one for consume and one for plasma shield. Or do I just want to put 2 on plasma shield? So I can really power up my defenses. I think I'm going to do that. I also need to find some good enhancements. I know single origin are better. Let's see. Yep, that'll go in there. That's just a single origin. Can't use this. Another single origin heal. Yeah, let's do it. And then enhances running speed. Don't care. Increases attack rate. Yeah, why not? Upgrade them all. Now I just need to find some good stuff for plasma shield. Damage resistance is what I'm probably looking for. So let's go find a store. Dude, I know exactly how that feels. Finding people that I'm comfortable with enough to talk to, like science store, sorry, without feeling like, do they secretly hate me? It's hard. Hell, I still think that my wife secretly hates me sometimes, which is dumb as hell. We've been together for 20 years. She would have kicked my ass to the curb by now if she didn't like me. Yes, exactly, Dexter. We'll bury it in jokes. That's how you solve your emotional problems. What I recommend heavily is trying to find a space that feels safe. For me, a lot of times it's like local game stores and stuff like that. You know, if you like going to the place and the place feels safe, that can help out a lot. It helps, too, if it's, you know, a place that has, like, events or things like that. Like a, you know, makerspace or class somewhere. I don't know. It's hard. But yes, Trexpert, I feel that completely. Every time I go to a convention, I just instantly relax the moment I see people in cosplay. It's just like, okay, these people will understand me. I just join random conversations with people at conventions in a way that I never would in real life. Because I'm like, I can make this reference and they'll get it. Oof, that is rough, Nels. I'm sorry. And not to make light of it, but it's probably because of the monster hiding under your bed. I hope that wasn't a terrible thing to say. I'm sorry, I was trying to make a joke. That is awesome that you have that type of family, Jeremy. That is really, really cool. I mean, the conventions are all still looking for volunteers, Shirado. It's a nice way to get to places. Okay, so let's sell... Can't sell that here. Okay. But we're going to sell all our dual origins. Hey! They've got a masking enhancement! Just what we all need. What? Can I get a description on these? Okay, these are mutations. Yeah. These are mutation and magic. Okay, I thought so. That is a single origin. Enhances defense buffs. Okay, hold on. We're going to hold on to that. This is dual origin. Dual origin, can't use. can I? Where'd it go? Can I put this on plasma shield? No. So it's getting sold. Alright, so now we're looking for single origin tech powers for defense. Wait, what does it actually say? Damage resistance. Okay. Defense debuff, endurance reduction, fly, heal, absorb, hold, immobilize, damage, resist damage. That's probably the right one. 1, 2, 3. Yep. And upgrade those to 26 as well. Great! It reduced the stamina cost of masking. God, I wish. Can you imagine if we could get... What's one of the things that I've been enjoying about the lit RPG stuff that I've been reading and experiencing? The idea that we can get magic items to just help with real-world stuff. I mean, Nels, if you find human friends under your bed, that's also bad. Oh, Nihilus, I know exactly how that is. There was a meme that's going around recently. It was about dating, not friendship, but it was, you know, being autistic means you could never flirt with anyone because it feels like sexual assault. Ooh, new server. 500 gigabytes worth of ship video things. You know, I have something similar, actually. Ooh, 4 terabyte NAS drives. Yeah, I know. If only I had money. By the way, Fragrance, if you're still here, your present came in yesterday. Thank you very much. I'll be setting it up for tomorrow. This morning I took a nap since I woke up at 6 a.m. Oh my god, Dexter. Murderers can lick hands too. Does anyone remember the creepypastas before creepypastas that we all used to tell each other when we were kids? I hear the Sioux are planning to attack a couple of key family front businesses today. I need you to get over to Independence Port and stop the Sioux attack on the family. We can't let innocent people get caught up in this gang war. You got it. Happy to do it. just spending all your money on terabyte drives. Oh my god, Nihilus, it so is. I had one of these the other day. This is actually last year sometime, but there was this really cute girl working at Trader Joe's, which immediately is like, don't bother people where they work. Dear God, don't be a creep. But we were just chatting, and I was in a extroverty mood, and you know, she was like laughing at my jokes and stuff like that. And then I don't know how it came up, but I mentioned my wife and daughter, and she just shut down. And I was like, huh, that was weird. And then 2 hours later, I went, oh! Nels, Dexter is already under all of our beds. Sometimes I drop potato chips for him. I do really enjoy the idea, Dexter, that you have a manga adaptation that doesn't have filler episodes. Sorry, you have to drop money for Dexter to clean up under your bed. It's about fair wages, guys. Just because Dexter's hiding under your bed doesn't mean he doesn't deserve fair pay. Jeremy, you did ruin her night. She was she was sitting around imagining her future with you. She was already writing. I assume her name was Stephanie. She was already writing Stephanie Randall and hearts in her notebooks. My wife and I were exactly the opposite endeavor. Like 3 days after we met, we were like, "So we're dating? We're dating. Great." It was very nice. You're welcome, Jeremy. Glad I could help. No, in all reality, even if she was miffed for a minute, she got over it. And it's Vegas. While she probably couldn't find someone as lovely as you, I'm sure she did find somebody else. Dexter, that started as a cute story and slowly turned horrifying. I mean, so he turned out to be a total scumbag, but Neil Gaiman was right about that one thing where, like we need people to literally sit us down and be like, "I am coming over to seduce you. Please be ready for a seduction." Need to find somebody else who said something similar so I can not quote Neil Gaiman ever again. Feel like a crash. Yep, there it goes. Oh, we're back. Hey, are we back? Jeremy, I like that. Wasn't there a Voyager episode like inside, like it was taking place inside Harry Kim's mind or something, where Seven slammed him up against a wall and said resistance is futile? I am sure that many new discoveries were made today, or made that day. Oh, there's bombs. I didn't know there were bombs. Oh no! Well, I'm glad you're all back. My whole computer froze and then went black and then turned back on. So. Old video game voice acting is often hilarious. Like the jumping sound in this game. Yes, get water, Dexter. Hydrate or dihydrate. Oh, really? That would be annoying. Oh my god, Endeavor. That's, Don't do that. Okay, apparently I'm full of invention salvage. I need to go figure out what to do with that. So before I go in the elevator, I think there was a doorway down here to open. Now, Dexter, I want to quickly point out that this thing says, bust gang leaders, and you haven't said anything. Well, Hunter, they are a mob family, so I guess they do belong in a Yakuza game, just, you know, the wrong continent. That reminds me, a friend bought me Yakuza 0, and I haven't tried it yet. I should do that. I hear the distant sound of glowy objects. Oh yeah, there's a bomb. You know, the person who owns this cubicle is probably mad that I'm disarming this bomb. Oh, that's cool, Shirato. How did you know it was her? Wait, Hunter, I need to what? I missed the context. Oh, I should heal. That was my emotional support, Bob. You don't know what it's like. I sit in this plastic cube all day long. Just let the mob end it. Oh, hey, everybody. Oh, man, I cannot hit anything in this fog. Oh, my on-screen chat died? Let's see. Oh, yeah. That's weird. Where did it go? Okay, hold on. Trying to run back to the elevator, but I can't remember where the elevator is. Oh, hey, another bomb. There they are. Okay. Are they chasing me? No. Okay. Off and back on. There it is. Okay. OBS might have had a seizure. That is amazing, Shirato. I would love to game with Gail Simone. All right. Well, you're right that I look a little squished on OBS, but we'll just deal with that. Hey guys, what are we doing? We gather around the water cooler, working hard or hardly working? You know, Jeremy, it's funny. Playing this game, I'd forgotten how many of the missions that you play are in the same map. And we were always going on about how we couldn't reuse old maps because players wanted something new. Take 5 minutes a day to hug your cubicle bomb. And say to yourself, not today, but maybe tomorrow. Not today, but maybe tomorrow was the punchline to a semi-racist joke I knew and thought was hilarious in elementary school. Like, it's not... I don't know if it was completely racist, but it definitely wasn't, like, not racist. You know the type of joke I mean? That must be upstairs. Okay. That's great, Shirato. I miss the City of Heroes message boards. That was a great part of my life. I can't really do forums anymore, though, now that I've experienced something better. Like, yeah, Nihilist, no kidding. Just like 10 years ago, I live streamed. I was a host for GameSpot, live streaming from E3, and the amount of equipment we had to carry around to make it work. And these days, you just do it on a phone. But like, we had a huge backpack with like antenna and a giant camera. Hey, Gokrin! Or Gokrin. Let's see if I can get this guy before he summons his storm. Not if I can't hit him. Oh, thank God that didn't miss. Oh, God, yeah, Nihilus. I'm honestly terrified to stream League of Swords, because I'm just like, you know, get it to a worldwide audience, but the first time it goes out, they're you know, if all they see is a funky mess, it's over. It's over forever. No one will ever take me seriously again. But I do need to do it, because I know there's a lot of people who would like to watch those shows who aren't in LA. And it is a lot easier now. I just realized the difference between when I was not when I was a kid, you know, 10 years ago, hosting E3, and then, you know, oh God, it was more than 10 years ago, wasn't it? It's closer to 20. Anyway, and then, you know, 5, 6, 7 years ago, doing live streams at STLV, where I would have one phone for Facebook and one phone for Twitch. You know, hot stream tea of the day was that, or is that, because we're still streaming, is that at Gail Simone, idea of tactics in City of Heroes was to yell tactics and then dive into a mob. Oh my God, Nihilus. Yeah, sound is the thing that's always the afterthought. Oh, mission's done. Even if it's not the afterthought, but it's usually the thing that's the afterthought on most like productions, and it's like the most important thing. Enhances range. Well, I'll hold on to that. Oh, actually, wait. Can I use it on spring attack? I can. Probably won't enhance the range too much, but... That's so funny, Ramona. Little Big Planet 2. What a memory of past life. Or past, you know, gaming. But also, like, why would you be rude to chat? I mean, I've been rude to chat before, but they deserved it. You know what you did. Oh my God, no kidding, Nihilus. I'm so glad for LED lights, because old lights were the worst. Wait a minute. What? The mission is still going. Okay. Let's go then. Yes, that is true, Jeremy. Finding the correct line of when I was how much I could mock people who really, really deserved it was a constant struggle. Oh, geez, Shirato. Yeah, I've seen people collapse on stage before in like community theater productions and stuff. When you spend an all-day tech rehearsal under the lights and you didn't drink enough water because you're young and stupid. Oh, Nihilus. It's so true and so annoying. Am I just doing the mission again? I think I am doing the mission again. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, Jeremy, exactly. Hey, Orangitis! You didn't peek in. Has that catchphrase peaked? That was always why when we got like a not a stupid question, but a question that everybody should have already known the answer to because it came up every stream. Jeremy, I would always try to answer it for you guys because I could just give the answer really fast and we could move on. But then, you know, like folks like you and Jonathan were always like, "Oh, and there's some more details we should go into." No, Ramona, never apologize for greatness. I love it when my chat rambles. Some parts of Reddit is like, it's not a monolith. Like the wrestling subreddit Squared Circle is great. Oh no, no Orangitis. I'm never tired of that. You should have a catchphrase, and you should have a phrase you use whenever you enter a room. No one will begrudge you that. Oh. I was definitely about to punch that lady in the face. Where I hear the bomb, and I'm moving further away from it, so it's got to be this way. Or upstairs. There it is. Nope. That's a table. There it is. Did anybody ever watch, oh god, what was it called? There was a show on the History Channel, where they would pit two different types of warriors from history against each other. I want to say it was called Ultimate Warrior, but that's not it. But I just remember they had one episode where one of the people competing was a mobster, and so they demonstrated an actual Tommy gun. It was absolutely disgusting what it did to the fake human bodies. It was also hilarious because that show had a doctor ostensibly on there to talk about, like, you know, the damage that the different weapons were doing. But mostly his job was to walk up to a ballistics dummy that had been decapitated and being like, yep, they're dead. Deadliest Warrior. Thank you, Dexter. I don't know why you replied to Ramona to tell me that, but yes, Deadliest Warrior was the name of the show. Absolute silly fluff, but enjoyably silly fluff. In the same way that Forged in Fire is now. I figured that was it. Oh, hi. They tried to hide from me behind a plant. You fools. Oh, Nels, I don't think I ever saw that one. That one sounds fun. for this? Oh, it's taunt. Well, there's your problem. The head needs to be attached. I was in a Flash Gordon LARP once with Jarrus, my co-host and best friend, and they were playing a smart but small Birdman, and I was playing a dumb but large and strong Birdman. And at one point, what an evil villain was revealed and had done something absolutely terrible. And Jarrus looked at me and went, "Their head is still attached. Do something about that." It's one of my favorite memories. No, Ramona. Don't do it. I think were I a systems designer for this game, I would tone damage down a bit so that I could tune accuracy up. Because just missing is so frustrating. And I'm sure the reason that accuracy is so low is because they didn't want people to just, like, automatically murder their way through a level. Nice. Yeah, Max Brooks is awesome. I haven't read... I say he's awesome. I've only ever read, See, this is what we were talking about earlier in the stream, Nihilus. My brain, or maybe it was Nels. My brain, just forgetting the names of things. It's an incredible zombie book that was turned into a terrible zombie movie. And the book was by Max Brooks. I like it in that case, Ramona. You must do what you feel is right, of course. World War Z, thank you. What a potential for an incredible movie that was just completely thrown down the drain to make generic zombie action movie number 447. Oh, you need to hit people to heal? Oh, that's unfortunate, Shirado. I hear the bomb. There it is. You know, putting a bomb on the stairwell that people are going to use to exit in an emergency is messed up, bro. I'm just going to come right out and say it. That's not cool. I didn't even know there was a sequel in the works, Nihilus. Brad Pitt epidemic adventures. There's an epidemic of Brad Pitt adventures. Someone in chat was saying they're starting some kind of team, SBB, whatever that means. And I was going to see if they were looking for a tank, but they have the tank. They need damage dealers. Director, main actor fallout. That happens. I just found out, what movie was it? What movie was it? I was just reading about a movie that was going to be directed by... Come on, brain! You've forgotten the name of literally everyone. Sean Levy was going to direct a movie and then ended up not doing it. Oh, the Minecraft movie. That's right. It was the Minecraft movie. Sean Levy was going to direct that and then had disagreements with the developers on how the movie should be. The Minecraft movie was fun, but given how good Sean Levy's shit usually is, I hope whatever he was fighting for was worth it. Oh, it absolutely Nihilus. But on the other hand, the film industry is so like fickle, I guess, that like a lot of people I know are just like kind of who work in film are just kind of like, well, all right, on to the next thing. You do like some loquaciousness, Dexter. Man, it would be so much easier to work for the bomb squad if they just let out slightly relaxing noises to let you know where they were. That's amazing, Ramona. There's a subreddit called Sadly Go-Karts that is very similar. They exist to show off badly translated subtitles, and it's great. You are 100% correct, Dexter. So who's Ashens? Okay, so I've disarmed all the bombs, but we're not done, which means I need to find somebody to beat up. Let's make sure it's not somebody upstairs in that one tiny little room. Hi! Pounds! Texter, didn't you get that water like an hour ago? Alright, we're all done. Nice, Hunter. Wilson Fisk, what are you doing here? Alright, let's check and see if Gail Simone has responded to me calling her out on Blue Sky. Oh, sorry, Gerardo. I see this an hour later. Yep, I'm back on Excelsior. She has not. Sometimes you can get Gail to respond easily, and sometimes you can't. But she is terminally online. Excuse me. That office manager you rescued is going to testify. That means a lot of family bosses put in jail. Outstanding work, Kamen Rider Caliburn. Just outstanding. Congratulations, you're my #1 customer. Let me show you where I keep my one-of-a-kind parts. Sir, I didn't know we had that kind of relationship. Oh, I'm flattered, but you never take your sunglasses off. Alright, ask about available missions. Talk about what else is going on. Okay, it's just this. Alright, let's go patrol the area and prevent some freak show assaults. We gotta go to Talus Island. You can see how little of this place I've actually explored, and it's kind of hilarious. There it is. Nihilus, there's definitely a lot of politics on Blue Sky, because it's where a lot of the liberal folks congregated after the Twitter became fascist RedTube. But not RedTube. I don't know why I said that. But anyway, so there's going to be a lot of that there. Usually it's for good causes, though. The X-rated furry dads, I don't know about. I don't know how that would happen to you. Cat photos and landscape photos. WENDY''S. You can take me Wendy's to go. Gotta wait for the next train. Yeah, blocking early and often is always good on social media. Doc Barber, welcome to the stream, and what an excellent comment to start commenting on today. I am okay with X-rated furry dads as long as they're not fascist X-rated furry dads. 100%. That's the vibe right there. Well, some shit's going down over there. Dang, what's this? Some Rikti invading? I have no idea what's going on. I'm just here to fight. Yes, blocking is also good often in Champions Online. Oh, we need to be on a team for this? Alright. I'm gonna go. Because I don't know what's happening. I'm glad you're here, Doc. Whoa. Yeah, there's some kind of Rikti invasion going on. I should probably figure out what that is and how I can participate. There's a lot of dudes here all of a sudden. Oh, okay, there's also... Someone summoned an echo of Positron? Okay, cool. I had a friend, I think on this... No, it was on earlier forums, the City of Heroes forums, whose username was Positronic, which I didn't know was a real word until I saw Star Trek Nemesis, and they were like, and they discovered whatever his name is, B something, and they were like, oh, the readings were Positronic, and I was like, what? Wait. This isn't a person? This is a pet? What is this? Where did you come from? Why do I have a positron pet? I'm not complaining, but why B4? Thank you. I'm not complaining, but why do I have a positron pet? Wild. Must have come out of that anniversary box. Positronic was before that? What do you mean, Dexter? Oh, yeah, they're like scanning the planet and they find it or something, yeah. What's up, guys? That makes sense. Data's get out of jail free card, you mean? Data's, we're gonna kill this character off, but we're gonna write into the movie a way that we can bring him back immediately. Okay, now we're going where? Oh. Oh, do I have to, like, interact with this phone booth? I cannot interact with the phone booth. That's weird. Literally, Doc Barber. Yep, you're right. You are 100% correct, Dexter. Why can't I interact with this? Alright, I'm not sure what's going on. Seems to be a bug, so we're going to abandon this quest. So let's go contact somebody. Try this again. Okay. What's it? Help. Oh no, positron! No! Oh yeah, no, absolutely, Jeremy. Analytical thinking. You'd think analytical thinking would lead to more rational thought. You're right, but most of the people who do analytical thinking, or a lot of people who say they do analytical thinking really mean I try to find logic that makes me right. Okay. Oh, it worked. Okay, cool. I didn't even notice that it worked. Oh my god, that drives me nuts, Nihilus. People are like, "Oh, I'm just being pragmatic." No, you're not. You've given in to a personal philosophy of selfishness. But that's not pragmatism. Thanks, Shirado. I wouldn't have figured it out if you hadn't said anything in chat. Yeah, even the words. What was I gonna say? Even the Federation is slow on new things, unfortunately. But I was thinking about this the other day. There's a TTRPG that's coming out that's called I think Going Rogue, and it's a Star Wars inspired game that's trying to capture the themes and feelings of Rogue One, and I realized one of the problems I have with both Rogue One and Andor, although less so with Rogue One by a significant amount, is the whole idea of like the good people at the top of the rebellion or the Federation are naive, that they think that, you know, being good and doing the right thing will solve their problems, so something like Section 31 or you know, the darker sides of the rebellion that we see in Andor needs to exist, because otherwise nothing would have happened. I don't know, it feels super cynical. All right. Yes, exactly, Doc Barber. As a human species, we have only survived through community. For some reason, like 50 years ago, we started isolating ourselves for the very first time. Actually, I think it's closer to like 70 now, but my brain still thinks it's the year 2000. But yeah, like, there's absolutely no reason why you need to be selfish, why you need to not cooperate with people. Help out your fellow man, for God's sake. No, that's true, Trexpert. But they also the big problem with that is that those congressional devs are also not taking actions to go with the words. Like, Mon Mothma is at least taking actions. Wait, hold on. I heard a boom. There might be another anniversary box. Yay! Yep, 100%, Jeremy. We need people using every trick in the fucking book right now. Not just the one trick over and over of... It's like, when the first time I started noticing right-wing fascism in my life was during the reign of George W. Bush. And I remember watching The Daily Show every night, and, like, you know, they would point out every time that administration lied, they would do it with video evidence. And I slowly realized that it didn't matter, because nothing was changing. Nobody cared that they were wrong. They just cared whose side you were on. Which is so frustrating. We're at a point now in history where you can't win someone over with logic and facts. I think the only way might be to show people how negatively it's affecting them. And the Trump administration is doing a bit of that. People who are, you know, people are getting deported who voted for him, and that's causing their families to freak out. And, you know, veterans are getting their stuff taken away. And if the goddamn stupid bill that's in the Senate now, call your representatives, by the way, but if that goddamn stupid bill passes, then nobody will have Medicaid anymore, so everybody's grandma and grandpa will be bankrupt. Oh yeah, Sharado, exactly. Oh my god, that was so disappointing, Nihilus. It definitely comes back to Gingrich, but it also goes further back than Gingrich, too. I can't help but think they announced this week, this is really fucking good news, but they announced this week that we're sort of at the point now where I can't just run by while someone's being sacrificed in a magical ceremony. But they announced that HIV is no longer a death sentence. It's considered a manageable chronic condition. And still have a long way to go, but I can't help but wonder how much faster we could have gotten to that point if Reagan hadn't fucked all the HIV research back when it first started happening. I know they were going to kill you. That's why I stopped. Otherwise, I was going to just run by. But, oh no, there's so many of them. My conscience will not allow me to run by and let these civilians die. Even though I know these exact groups, I know logically these exact groups are going to respawn in just a few minutes. Okay. Yep. That's unfortunately true, Dexter. All right, you're safe. I'm moving on before I see another sacrifice happening. Yes, I love that, Jeremy. What the fuck is happening there? No, absolutely not. Whatever it is you're doing, no, stop it. Seagulls, stop it now. I do enjoy that that's clearly a spirit from another realm, and I can stop him with punching. It's like monks having magic hands in D&D. It's great. Jeremy, it was your game, right? Where I made that insanely silly monk build where I made Constitution my dump stat for some dumbass reason. And my character got completely, like, sheeted within, like, 2 attacks. I said no sacrifice ceremonies. That was so funny. I had never really thought about what Constitution actually does. I was like, so my monk doesn't need a lot of it. And then a Wraith showed up and drained all of my health immediately. And, like, permanently. So my health was permanently at 0. Like, the highest my health could get was 0, which is basically just you die. It was hilarious. And then we had a table conversation for 20 minutes where I was like, that's really okay. I probably should go home and spend I should probably go home and spend time with my sick daughter. And everyone else was like, thinking that I was being passive aggressive and being like, no, we can save your character. And I'm like, no, it's fine, guys. It's the consequences of my own actions. But yeah, it was a crit, and I failed the con save, and yeah, my max HP dropped to 0. I think that was the same game that I later came back to as Tweetera, which is one of my favorite characters I've ever played. She was an Aarakocra Artificer, and she was weird. Thanks for stopping those freak show assaults, Kamen Rider Caliburn. If we let the freaks intimidate Paragon City's businessmen, they may well achieve the anarchy they crave. I don't think I saw a single freak show during this mission. Hey, Kamen Rider Caliburn, I got a message from from a friend of mine, Detective Rondell Jackson. Your recent freak show encounters have put one of his undercover agents in jeopardy. It seems the freaks are beginning to suspect they have a mole, simply because you often happen to be at the right place at the right time. Well, let's go rescue the guy. I need you to divert suspicion from that undercover agent who infiltrated the freak show. I want you to cull the numbers of the freak show. If you start taking on freaks at random, they may begin to realize that you don't have to have inside information about their activities. We had in my local D&D, in the D&D game that I'm in now, doesn't say where they are. Where do the freak show live? Okay. Stop it! But our DM floated a house rule of having your your crits just be max dice. And it kicked off this like hour-long conversation of like, well, what if it's a oh, here's a freak show. Great.
Achievement.
What was I saying? What if it's a sneak attack? Do I get full damage on all my dice? And it was actually like in the weirdest thing, because the players in that game with me are all like tactical rules layer type people. So the weirdest part about it was they were arguing to make it fairer for the monsters. I said stop the summoning circles! Alright, I have to leave here before I spend all day blowing up summoning circles. Damn it, I saw another one. It was really funny too, Jeremy, because I remember it was like the first attack of the game. Okay. You're welcome. That's fine. You guys can summon a demon. Sure. Summon 2 demons. I'm gonna head back to the city. I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, I think it was the first... I think it was, like, the first round I was in combat. Like, no, that's right. I had one other... I had one round before that where I got to use my super cool evade power and take no damage from a massive explosion. And then the Wraith got me. D&D! What is that? Oh, okay. Let's see. Alright, so I guess we just run around until we find Freak Show. But first we're going to open this and deal with the potential ambush. Dexter, there is so much to unpack in that story. How is your game Deadlands D23 3.5 Pathfinder 1E? Did you try to do all of those systems at once, or did you change systems? Moving to the country, gonna see a lot of cultists. Oh, bamboo cats. I thought that said bamboo carts. And I was like, I want to go go-karting in City of Heroes. What is this place? What developer was like, you know what we need? A luau bar. Alright, well at least I can sell stuff I don't need here. They are all close systems. Isn't Deadlands... Isn't Deadlands a, like a Savage Worlds system? Ah, okay. With like a card mechanic? Welcome to Not Riser! Welcome to Not Riser! Did everyone get that? Did that sound enough like Welcome to Drozana? Are these freaks? No. Oh, Deadlands D20. That does sound like a different edition of Deadlands. I bet you somebody made a Deadlands D20. Usually with these missions, they tell you where the freak show hang out. But they aren't going to this time. But I could see Deadlands D20 being like being like Shadowrun Edge, whatever. Where they made the rule that was a bit more, the rules that were a bit more streamlined, but the same setting. Oh no! Oh, Shirado, that's awful. Discovering explosive runes the hard way is a terrible way to start your day. Hey, here's some freaks. Human life is meaningless to me. So you're a Republican? Well, that's cool. I didn't know there was a Deadlands D20 back in the day, Dexter. There is an awesome there's a web comic that I stopped reading years ago just because I stopped reading web comics really, but that ran out that had a running joke. It's called Order of the Stick because the characters were mostly stick figures. But it had a running joke where the wizard would write, "I prepared explosive runes this morning," in very small text on on something, and the person would be like, "What does that say?" It's great. That is hilarious, Jeremy. I miss Jesse. I hope he's doing good. Yeah, Order of the Stick is still going, Hunter. I have a bunch of friends on one of my Discords that still read it regularly. Buddy, they were hazing you. Why are you attacking me? I'm here to save you. Order of the Stick was one of the first places I encountered the demented murder halfling trope. Is it the season of the stick? Oh my god, somebody made World of Darkness for 3.5? That's a thing that happens now with 5th Ed. Like, the Power Rangers game came out, and there's so many interesting things you could do with the world of the Power Rangers. And instead, they just did What If D&D, but Power Rangers, where the different colors were classes. What? I punched this man. I punched this man good. Why he's still standing? Okay. There's a great bit in one of the Stormlight Archive books where in that magic system, if you want to change an item from one thing to another thing, you have to convince the soul of the item. And the first time a character tries doing that, she's just trying to change a stick into something, and the stick is just very stubbornly like, "I am a stick." Oh man, GURPS. That takes me back. I ran a, Warriors of the Multiverse adventure in GURPS, just like everyone else who ever encountered GURPS. Just because the idea of having my players be able to come up with whatever kind of character they wanted was very exciting. Yeah, sorry, I didn't see the question, Goku, but yeah, this is City of Heroes. This was the first game Cryptic Studios made once upon a time. is also, I think, the first major superhero MMO. It's remembered very fondly for being pretty excellent. You know, it's old now, but still holds up, I think. Oh, hey, buddy. Thanks. I was just wondering where more of you guys were. All right. Oh, wait, these are both warriors. So not that way. That guy was named Warrior Slammer, I thought was named Warrior Streamer at first. Stop making us feel old, Goken! Part of my job writing champions was coming up with a lot of the like incidental bark text that NPCs say, and you know, I always had one of the things I always had to do when we came up with a new mission was come up with 5 or 6 things the NPCs could randomly say about you once you completed the mission, and that was always fun, but also like, man, there's only so many ways I could say, wow, character name saved the city. These are all skulls. I don't care about skulls right now. Oh, these are still also skulls. Oh no, he's a warrior. Come out to play! And then immediately into, there ain't no coming back! Avast the devil stood and saw how awful goodness could be, and saw virtue in her shape. And if anyone understands the connection I just made, I will be very surprised. Oh, that's wild, Dexter. That sounds fun. Supernatural World War I and II are an interesting genre that I know there's a lot of stuff written and played in that genre, but I haven't seen a lot of it over the years, and I would love to see more. I read a book once about a werewolf spy in World War II. It was definitely like what you might call a dime store novel. I encountered Vampire the Masquerade for the first time in college, although I had known it existed before that. And I met my wife because of that Vampire the Masquerade game, so I am forever grateful to it. But, man, do I hate that setting. The whole thing. It seems to be designed to attract the worst kind of person. Now, having seen a lot of my friends and favorite content creators create vampire content that is not like that, I understand that that's not the only thing. Man, not my thing. Why are your books watermarked and tracked back to you, Dexter? Don't run. We are your friends. Alright. Cool. Shall we go back to Andrew in person since he's right there? I think we will. I mean, I got PDF books that I share with people. I don't think they're watermarked and tracked to me. What's up, buddy? One of the freaks was carrying this list? Huh, I don't recognize any of the names, but I'll ask Detective Jackson. Maybe the list has something to do with that undercover agent. He placed him on the freak show. You know, going undercover in organized crime has got to be let's see, like, it's already kind of like terrifying and weird and scary, but going undercover in supervillain organized crime has got to be the weirdest thing. Like, yes, I'm still a cop, but also I have to take this fear gas. That's awesome, Dexter. I remember when Hasbro put out official, like, D&D My Little Pony stuff. I will take the list to Detective Jackson. I'm sorry, Detective Jackson. Ooh, I am for eels. Never meant to make your daughter cry. I am several fish and not a guy. They're making a Neopets TTRPG? That's great. I met the CEO of Neopets at, must have been at the licensing expo. Tried to get him to hire me. He seemed interested at the con, but then never responded to my email. Wow, you're really blended in, Detective. It looks like the freaks put together a list of possible moles in their operation. Wait a minute. This guy, that's our undercover cop. His code name is Iron Hand. Thanks, Kamen Rider Caliburn. I will try to pull him out of there right away. Okay. Mission complete. So the freaks might be wise to that undercover agent? That doesn't sound good for this Iron Hand fellow. I'll see if there's anything else you can do to help. Let's see. We'll keep going on Hand of Iron. You should go talk to Detective Jackson. He's concerned about Iron Hand, that undercover agent he plays for the Freak Show. It sounds like the agent's in danger, and Detective Jackson could really use your help. Alright. Before we do this mission, it is 2 o'clock, so we are going to do our League of Swords break. So, for those of you who don't know, the League of Swords is my professional wrestling with sword fighting show. It's really fun. I think you'll all enjoy it. Sure, Otto, I love that. Why are Mario and Luigi Mario on this list? Go ahead and sit back, relax, and enjoy. I'm gonna use the bathroom, get some more water, etc., etc. And I will see you in just a minute.
Mike here. So the fight that was for this episode had a little bit of a camera issue. Some stuff got missed, which is totally fine because we recently reran that exact same fight at the Watson and Gabaldon Variety Show by Force of Nature Productions, and they were kind enough to give us some footage from it so that we can use it to cut together the fight. So what you're going to see today is an edit from 2 different locations of the same fight. It might look weird jumping back and forth, but I trust you'll handle it. Anyway, if you like the show, please like and subscribe. And here we go.
Hello and welcome to the League of Swords! My name is Nunguaya, and I'm with...
Ron, the real deal Steel.
That's right. But I have to let you know, our temple scryers have obtained knowledge of a secret meeting that we will reveal to you right now.
Good. You're both here. I heard that you're very good at what you do, maybe the best. You see, my family is missing an heir, my sibling, in fact. We know that they disappeared 2 months ago and were engaged to be wed to Lord Darkhorner. If it seems I'm being vague intentionally, well, I am. Our missing heir decided to go full scorched earth when they left the family, and through a powerful mind-altering spell and some artificery, we remember that they exist, but not their name, what they look like, their gender. And of course, due to Lord Darkhorner's open-mindedness, we cannot narrow their gender down further. However, we do know where they went. Los Angeles, year 2024. The Monks of the Way are holding a tournament there, and while we do not know the particulars of the lost heir, I'm sure they have an affinity for swordplay. Your job is to find this lost heir and bring them back to the family to undo the damage that they have caused. I have doubled your usual fees. Any objections?
Here, in the winding, the center of all realities and time, we fight for one reason. That reason is the Crown of Blades. We enter this tournament. The winner of this tournament will get the crown. And if they hold it for a year and a day, they will get their own personal wish, their ultimate wish, anything they want, anything their heart desires. It is a rare privilege for those who are not part of the Monks of the Way to lay their eyes on the crown. Consider all of you privileged. Behold! One of the fighters you see before you may win this crown. Fighters, get into your positions. Prepare to fight!
Millions of years ago, the monks of the way saved the universe. They did it by creating the greatest tournament of strength and steel the world has ever known. Welcome to the League of Swords.
Gotta dig deep, gotta feel the desire. Take a look inside and find what fuels the fire. To a fight to live, or do I live to fight? I wrestle with the beast inside me every night. It's the League of Swords, a battle for the crown evermore. It's the League of Swords, show us what you stand for. It's the League of Swords, now it's time to go to war. It's the League of Swords, better fight for your life.
So, looks like she hired both of us. Is this a team up or a competition?
Whatever you make of it. What do you think your chances are?
I always hit my target. I'll have this wrapped up by the end of the night.
All right, want to make a bet on it?
Oh, funny. No, I've heard your reputation. I think I'll pass.
I have never once in my life cheated.
I'll tell you what. How about we trade information? That way it'll be a fair fight.
You got any leads?
Got one. Runaway, rich. She fits the bill.
I got a bet here. 2 possibilities. By the end of the night, I'll have one good one.
Well then, may the best fighter win.
Gentlemen,
My gracious host.
My lady, how can we help?
I understand you gentlemen are for hire. No, don't protest. I know all about your current, shall we say, quest. And I have no intention of getting in the way of your bounty. But, as you are here tonight, in my tournament, on my territory, I wonder if you might consider a short-term contract for some extra work.
We both have matches tonight. This won't get in the way of them. I'd like to get my hands on that crown as well as getting paid.
No, I don't think it'll interfere. Let's talk somewhere more private.
Choose your fighter. Valkyrie.
I'm not worried. They're weak.
You know, everybody always says I'm super lucky, so I don't see it going any other way tonight than 2 glorious victories for Ice Pick Johnny Lamar. If they have anything to say about it, well, they better join together, because there's no way I'm losing to 2 women. Well, and Captain Astonishing, get off the boat. I'll kick you from it.
Captain Astonishing.
Well, Valfreya is a masterful warrior, and I really appreciate her style. I still think I could take her, you know, distract her with cats. And Ice Pick Johnny is... he's interesting. Not a problem.
Battle on the edge of the blade.
Oh, look at this handsome guy. Oh, he's so bouncy.
Alright. Ice Pick Johnny Lamar, full of energy as always.
Johnny! What's with the little dagger?
I don't know, but he seems like he knows how to use it.
From the cause of freedom and the light of the farthest stars, Captain Astonishing!
The most astonishing thing here is that jacket. Wow!
I have to say,
I want to twirl.
exactly. I have to say the lining on that coat is just fantastic.
The power of the goddess Freya herself, and the true protector of all cats.
Does that mean my cat?
Yes. All felines of this universe.
All right, important question before we start. Any of you about to inherit something?
What?
You know, a shop, boats, extra plane.
I don't understand.
No, neither of you gonna earn something when somebody else dies? Listen, it's really easy. Lots of money, lots of something going on. You know what? I'll figure it out once you're both dead.
Fighters, take your position!
Okay.
Referee having to put the hammer down.
Yes, he is. You've never seen such curiosity from him. Ooh. All right.
Johnny foolishly getting in the middle.
We look like we have a 2-on-1 situation. Oh, Perry! Oh, God!
Sides.
Okay.
I'll take a breather. I would have won already if I had a bigger sword. Not all of us are compensating.
Do you ever shut up?
Some of us aren't overcompensating.
Oh.
My God, an insult so severe they took him to community theater.
Block. Very slash. 3 Musketeers. I love that
Oh gosh! They hit him so hard the theater closed down. Oh God!
move. Shut down for almost good. Hopefully we see them revive.
Continue.
Are you done?
Give me a second.
Ice Pick Johnny Lamar taking a break while Captain Astonishing and Valfreya fight.
I think they're the only ones taking this seriously. Oh, I spoke too soon.
No one seems to want to work with Ice Pick.
Well, I mean, look at that shirt.
Oh!
I bet its value goes a lot more with all the foot stomps on it.
Exactly. What is? Are they bringing the officiator into this?
Oh, there we go. Finally, some piece of. Oh no!
Right.
There's no honor here. This was an ambush.
I think that's what you call a hood stomp.
Oh gosh. I mean,
Shall
they
we?
hit him so hard the theater reopened. Oh, I'm so proud of that theater.
Where's my shoe? No, that's his now. Give it. Nope.
Captain Astonishing and Valfreya.
Drive.
Block. Parry. Slash. Splash. Block. Ooh, that was a
And
connection.
a slash so hard that once again closed down the theater.
Captain Astonishing!
we have our winner, Captain Astonishing.
You know, maybe if people just, like, donated to the theater instead, we wouldn't have all these dimensional slashes closing it.
I think they spent all the theater money on that coat shoot they had. That was just fantastic.
You know what? Honestly, that's fair. It's a great jacket.
It really is. Oh, they're getting started with the flourishes.
I want to offer you one last chance to live.
Oh!
Hello, we're back. How'd you folks enjoy that? Goku and I like the idea of a Roman shield in Gladius. It's kind of what Valfreya was using there, although slightly different. All right, let's talk to Detective Jackson. Thanks for meeting with me. I haven't heard from Iron Hand all day, and he's not responding to his pager. His last known location was a freak show hideout. Please get over there and see if you can find any sign of him. If you learn anything, report back to me. All right, back to Perez Park.
New achievement!
I like that achievement. Good job, Dexter. There's an S. What is the Bunny of Death and Associates? That sounds hilarious. Goken, that is my show that I put on YouTube. You can click on that link right there, and you could subscribe. It's professional wrestling with sword fights with an ongoing sci-fi fantasy story. And I can't get to Perez Park from here. And I think you'll like it. I think everyone will like it. You'll all like it. All right, how do we get to Perez Park? Remember, my brain is remembering Perez Park from back in the day. But, not how to get there. So let me just Google it real quick. Exactly, Dexter. Exactly. Let's see. Okay. So to get there, I guess I have to go to Atlas Park or Kings Row or Skyway City. Let's do it! One thing I've noticed, I definitely need to do the break midway through the stream for just a little bit, but it does seem to, like, kill the conversation for a moment until I get back. Which is unfortunate. Skyway City, Vault Reserve, Steel Canyon. What? There's not a way to Perez Park here. That's great. Yeah, I knew what the SCA was, Toronto, but I didn't know about the buddy thing. That's very fun. Okay, so wait. Fuck D base portal. Okay, there doesn't actually appear to be a way to wait. Hold on. Nope, that's the Hollows. There doesn't appear to be a way to Perez Park from here. We're going to check out Kings Row. Oh no, I meant when we get back, Dexter. Not during the League of Swords. Man, this is making me really want to go back and read let's see, Independence Pork, Skyway City. How do you get to Press Park? Okay, well now I'm in. How do you get to Perez Park? City of Heroes. Since apparently there's a real Perez Park nearby. Either enter from northwest corner of the map. Okay, but that's an AI summary, so... Okay, it's an orange circle. Okay. Maybe I actually need to reveal the walls. Yeah, the green dots, Shirado, are Skyway City and Independence Port. And door to rooftop. Alright, I'm gonna go run along the walls and see if I see the gate. Alright, thanks, Gok, for being here, Goken. I appreciate it. It's good to see you again. Make sure to like and subscribe, or follow and subscribe before you go if you can. Oh, thank you for the bit. Ah, we're in the Gish. Is this where we're going to be doing a scavenger hunt? That was a reference that maybe you all understood. Nope. Da da dum. Bop bop bop. If I was a music maker, I would love to make an album, like, combining these, like, expanding these short songs from City of Heroes into a full album. Although this one's actually pretty long, even though it's a loop. This is probably the least efficient way to do this. I'm sure I could just, you know, run around looking for the giant gates that usually lead to another area, but we're going to try this. You know, actually, I'm just now realizing it really only makes sense for it to be on that southern wall. But we're heading in that direction anyway. Man, we were having such good conversations before I took the break. Just have to accept that it's part of streaming, I think, that taking a break causes things to quiet down a bit. But I miss you all. Ominous Voice did a great orchestral The City of Heroes theme. Ooh, I'd love to check that out. It's mainly putting the time in, Nihilus. You're 100% correct there. And that's where I struggle. as somebody with ADHD, I struggle with motivation a lot. I was thinking about this the other day about how why it is that doctors always seem to be like not understanding the struggle it is to do stuff like lose weight and, you know, get your life together. And I realized those are all people who are motivated enough to go through med school, so it makes sense that they don't get it. Okay. I think I can officially say that if there is an entrance in King's Row, it's not obvious. But yeah, I have a friend who uses like a digital audio maker to make really cool music. Rowan, who's one of the hosts of the Ace of Geeks podcast, which I know y'all listen to religiously. Who makes amazing stuff in one of those digital audio things. Nihilus, you know, you're correct, but saying stuff like that isn't super helpful because everybody has a different system. So saying things like, oh, just use scheduled times and mute your phone. Yes, you are correct, but that doesn't always work for everybody. And everybody's approaching from a different perspective. So, unfortunately, things are not always as easy as the solutions that we come up with. And a solution doesn't always work for everyone. That is why we must be respectful. All right, the thing that I was reading a second ago said it was in the corner of Atlas Park, so we're going to head over there and see if that works. The problem with ADHD is that systems like that work for a little while and then they stop working, which is the worst. I wish I could just find one thing that worked well and do that forever. Well, hello. Sweet. I got a temporary power. I'm picking up a lot of temporary powers. I should probably see what they are. Huh. Okay. Effect, old school. Let's drag this over and turn it on and see what it does. If I can. Okay, let's go to, oh, they're all here. Oh, cool. I can make the whole game black and white. And I've got a couple of Richty I can run around as. And I've got an enchanted toy bat. Not seeing an entrance over here. Yeah, it's, Man, and this is the Hollows. What am I missing? I'm going to go back to... It says, open the map and find Perez Park. It should be in an orange circle in one corner of the map. Okay, well, I guess I haven't checked this corner or this corner. Oh, what? I swear I looked there! Okay. Fine, off we go. I was trying to find Perez Park, Shirado, but I finally found it. I swear I looked there several times, but... That is A-okay. So, Nihilus, your heart is in the right place. The reason I'm pushing back a little bit is because I read what you said just there, and my brain immediately was like, my brain immediately interpreted it as, it's so easy. Your struggles aren't as big as you're making them out to be. And I know that's not what you meant, but that is how it comes across when you say, oh, it's just, this, and all you have to do is this. Do you understand what I mean by that? Alright. Mission. Here we go. Hell's Highway. I vaguely remember back in the day, I once came in here way too early and tried to fight a group of like 20 skulls at once. It did not work.
New achievement!
I know you wouldn't, Nihilus. That's why I'm telling you how it sounds. Because I know you don't want to come across that way. An important thing to remember with human interaction is that, unfortunately, no matter what your intent is, you can still end up saying something that came out the way you don't want. So maybe one thing to say, different way to phrase it, Nihilus, is something like, like for me, this worked, rather than saying, well, just use schedule apps. Because, like, for me, that kind of stuff doesn't work. You know what I mean? Nobody's trying to say you did anything wrong. I'm just trying to explain a concept to you. All right. I don't want to say anything, bro, but you missed me with a shotgun. Maybe it's time to pack it up. All of those things are also true, Dexter, which is why we're talking about it. Instead of just being like, what did you just say to me? Navy SEAL copy pasta. Sure. And you're not wrong about that, Nihilus, but it still can feel like... Do you understand what I'm saying? That, like, what you're trying to communicate is clear to us because we know you, but, like, that's something that could still have come across the wrong way to other people. Because, as you well know, folks who are dealing with neurodivergence are constantly told by neurotypical people, like, well, just, get a planner, and then you won't struggle anymore. And that, obviously doesn't work. It's sort of like all the people who are like, just go outside and go for a run and you won't need antidepressants. Oh, do I have my defenses up? Okay, I do. Which you would never do, again. But saying like, oh, do this and you'll be fine, when Yeah, I don't think it was intentionally aloof. I think aloof is a good word. Uh-oh, I'm about to die. It's a hard perspective shift because we all sort of believe that... I gotta go recharge energy. Ow! Oh, my power's turned... Why did they turn off? Because all of our human experiences feel universal. Even when sometimes they're not. And so when you find a brilliant thing that, like, worked for you, sometimes that's awesome. But sometimes the other person has already tried it and it doesn't work. Oh, I know, Nihilus, and that's why I keep saying over and over that you weren't trying to do it intentionally. I'm just trying to explain the other side of it. Intent and impact are both... They're both important, but I kind of feel impact is the more so important one. Yeah, no, Dexter, you don't need to defend... I hope you don't feel like you need to defend him. I'm not trying to say anything against Nihilus. I'm just trying to explain a point. Oops, that's not what I meant to use. Okay, that didn't do much. Oh, it knocked him out. I guess that's good. No. No need to apologize or beat yourself up. Just wanted to point that out. I don't want to still be a... Can I turn this off? Cool. And I apologize too. I know it's a weird power dynamic, you know, you all being in chat and me being on camera and like the performer, quote unquote. God damn it, Dexter! Alright, we've seen everything. Time to go. Trexpert, I might do that. I have Outlaws on PS5. So I could do that. I was definitely thinking of auditioning some new games. Maybe busting out one of the games y'all have already bought me. Because there's a pile of those, and I do want to play them. Yes, hugs indeed. Please feel my virtual hugs across the internet, Nihilus. And to add to that, Dexter, tell me the people who don't like you so I can fight them. Let's see. Because y'all here in my chat are all my peeps. And if anybody's fucking around with you, there will be words. Ultron, we would have words with thee. Okay, I can't beat up your brain, Dexter, but I'm willing to try. Come over here. What? What's a marshmallow duck? What was that one? Oh, milkshake duck. That's the one. That's was the Twitter meme. Oh, peeps. Man, I'm slow sometimes. Dexter, you're not even that mean. I know you keep trying to do the, like, I am bitter from life, but you're actually like a super sweet person. And I think you know it. Okay. Gotta run again. Although now that I think of it, I think I can use this to suck energy from people. Let's find out! Do you really wanna fuck with me? I had forgotten that this was an issue that I used to run into all the time in City of Heroes, where you'd just be running through a dungeon and then not paying attention to my endurance and completely run out. No thank you, I'd like to not be doing that. Alright. Let's just rest for a second. Get our endurance back up. Once again, my power's turned off. Oh, probably when I got trapped in that electric bubble? I don't know if that turns off your clickies. Hey, scrolling through all of this. Hey, Shirato, oops. Stunners are bad about draining you. Ah, okay. Got it. I was going to ask you a question, Shirato, and I forgot what the question was. It's ADD! Might need that as a sound. I don't know why sometimes that power is AoE and sometimes they're not. That I will definitely believe and send hugs for, Dexter. You're just not as mean as you think. Don't run! Where are you going? You'll only die tired. As one of you said in chat earlier.
New achievement!
Thank you for the achievement, Dexter. Shirato, I am doing that thing where I'm completely forgetting the conversation we were having. So now I don't know what green or lasagna is referring to. It must be above me or something? Let's hit this guy. He's a swiper! I thought it said sniper, but no, he's a swiper. Oh, he came back from the dead. That sounds like a fun story, Dexter. Yep, that's just a door. All right, sure. I'm excited to see whatever that is. Sewers, sewers, lots of sewers. There may not be anybody else in here. I may be running around for nothing. Hey! Alright. It wasn't for nothing. So these are the guys who've been draining my endurance. I'm guessing this guy is the base leader. Woo! What do you need to consume to improve your mood? I'm glad we checked all those catwalks. All right. Can I call Detective Jackson? No. I have to go back to him. Doesn't matter, so let's just go to the closest one. What are those? It is weird that there are whole sections of the country and the world where people think being rude is the right and also hilarious thing to do. I have never understood it. But then I just want everyone to like me. Oh, it stopped. This song fucking slaps. I hope it's loud enough for y'all to hear it. I mean, Nels, I think a lot of the song, I don't know if it's the same composer, but I feel like a lot of the cryptic stuff will sound similar. Does that sound like the music on Drozana Station? That's funny. Could be. Who knows? Welcome to Drozana! Right, I've got to pull up this so I can find the dude. Oh, he's right there. Perfect. Iron Hands with that group? Oh man. Word on the street is that they're going to assault a council base. I need you to head over there and get Iron Hand to safety. Alright, let's rescue Iron Hand. Da-da, Iron Hand. Da-da-da-da-da-da, Iron Hand.
New achievement!
That's great, Dexter. Okay. I was like, there's a chance I'm not going to make this. But no, we're good. You sure have, Dexter. I wanted that command to be used all the time, and you have delivered. That's right. I forgot I had the jet board that I was using to get around. So Endeavor, the game was, this is kind of early MMOs. So instead of having a big open world that you could run through, which I think WoW had at the time, the city is broken up into a bunch of different neighborhoods, and you go between them either through the tram or by passing the gates through the walls. The storyline behind the walls is that the city was invaded and almost destroyed by aliens, and all of these walls were set up as defenses. Yeah, sometimes the direct approach is good, Nihilus. Sometimes. A lot of catwalks. On the catwalk. Yeah, on the catwalk. Babe, I'm gonna punch this guy in the face on the catwalk. These guys don't seem to be freaks. Right? No, they're on the council. Okay. And yes, the walls need lore. Everything needs lore. You never put something in a video game without adding lore, because if you don't, the fans will. Which is usually fine, honestly, but... That guy is very tall. Still goes down pretty easily, though. I love diving into the lore of like places and games and like media and stuff like that. But right now in the Dungeon Crawler Carl book that I'm reading, the lore is actually become a bit much. There's a so the fourth level of the dungeon is a series of trains set up in an extremely confusing pattern, and the characters are figuring it out, and as they're figuring it out, they are explaining it, and I am going, I don't get it. No, wait, I haven't been this way? It's kind of funny. I'm sort of like, I'm the wrong kind of autistic for this. I need to be a train autistic. I don't actually know if I'm autistic. Feel like it sometimes, but I've never been diagnosed, and the one test I took, it was like, no, you're definitely not. So who knows? Reggie the cat in CO has more lore than some of your tunes. That's great. I had a lot of fun designing and writing the characters for the 9th anniversary Champions mission where you were saving cats. It's funny because one of the things that's always abuses me, Nihilus. Everybody's like, "Oh God, I hate the DMV," and I think the reason people hate the DMV is because they're bored. And I just bring a book, and I have a great time. Although that might not work for everyone, and I realized I just did the exact thing that I was calling you out on earlier, Nihilus. So maybe I should shut the fuck up. Sitting down on the job, buddy? All right. There's just a lot of nooks and crannies in this level. Hey, SFC, welcome! Nobody's made me do the Victory of Sompek dance in a while. Thank you. You know, I totally understand that worry, Hunter. I think you should still write it down, though. I have the thing where those melee animations look almost the same as Stowe's. They do. They might be the same. If Jeremy is still here, I don't know if this game, if the cryptic engine that we used for Stowe and Champs is the same engine that powered City of Heroes. I actually don't know. I have a feeling it is, because everything feels very similar. I remember when I first demoed Star Trek Online at PAX one year, I was like, oh, this is very familiar. So yeah, if it's the same engine, they probably did reuse some animations. There we go. Okay, gotta find Iron Hand, which means we gotta sing the song again. Da 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 da. Iron Hand. That makes sense, Shirato. Probably built on similar code, though. Okay, I haven't been over to the right, I think. There's a door!
New achievement!
Okay, I thought that was a dead end for a second, and I was going to be quite put out. But no, we're good. This is going somewhere. Me too, Nihilus. I've seen videos of back in the day in Launch STO, and, yeah. But true to what we were talking about earlier, and how there's always people who want to go back to, their parts of their childhood. Hey, Trexpert! Thank you for the Bleep Bloop achievement. But always want to go back to the parts of their, not necessarily childhood, just past that make them feel happy. There are people who really think STO was a better game at launch. And they're not, art is subjective, so they're not wrong. I would argue that there's a lot of great enhancements that have been made to the game that made it easier and perhaps more fun to play, but... Yeah, I wish we could... I wish when I was there I could have still done invasions on live, like the Borg invasion. Hey, that's fair, Hunter. Like I said, people aren't wrong about it. I'm not going back the way I came in, am I? No. Okay, good. Oh, man. You ever get one of those really strong food cravings for something, but then you can't remember what the food is? Because that just happened to me. I got a really strong craving for something. Garlicky? I don't know. I joke occasionally on this here stream about, folks who dedicate most of their life to Star Trek Online, but I am glad that any game exists that makes people feel seen and safe. I'm actually not sure. I don't know for sure, so don't quote me either way. But I'm not sure if that's a Deca decision or a Arc Games decision. Nihilus. One day Endeavor will get the Jamestown. It's like the last day of the game, and they just launched the Jamestown. Oh, that's hilarious, Dexter. Nope. Little button doesn't do anything. You know, working in this underground base would suck. Excuse me. Would just ridiculously suck. Oh no! Iron Hand's a traitor! I'll never go back to the life of law. I am Freak Show now. Okay, buddy. That's fine. You ever heard of the old saying, dead or alive, you're coming with me? Kill all the minions. Oops. Heal up. Then deal with Iron Hand. Yeah, I'm not sure how the cops thought he was coming back from this anyway. Dude has replaced his entire body with metal. Endeavor, please invite me to your eating your left shoe stream if it ever does happen. Wow, you suck. That was like that scene in Pulp Fiction where the guy bursts out of the bathroom and fires a whole bunch of shots and then doesn't hit anything. What kind of dipping sauce are you going to use with your shoe, Endeavor? Contact. Detective Jackson wanted me to pass this on to you. He said that Iron Hand was deep undercover for a while, but they never thought they'd lose him like that. It happens every once in a while, most frequently with the Freak Show. Their hedonistic lifestyle makes them easy for them to ferret out agents, and even easier for the agents to succumb to their self-indulgent ways. Jackson wanted to extend his thanks to you for your help and your discretion. Here, take Iron Hand's police badge. He won't be needing it now that he's joined the Freak Show, and you should have a reminder of the price we all pay to keep this city safe. You know, those are good choices. Every faction of the Freak Show follows the word of one man, the leader they call Drek. Drek's latest edict is for the Freak Show to take every possible opportunity to defeat the city's heroes and prove that they have the power to rule the city. The city's heroes will just have to take the fight right back to them. I've heard the Freaks are particularly active in Talos Island and Independence Port, but they'll most likely confront you anywhere you go. Alright, let's defeat 20 more Freak Show. I don't think the mission system is like this in Champs anymore, SFC. It was definitely different. A lot of running back to contacts and stuff. The funny thing about me, I found playing through Champions the first time, was how many missions were literally just like, what if we took this popular movie and changed all the names? That would be hilarious. That is funny, SFC. Okay, you're not Freak Show. We are looking for Freak Show. Let's try this way. See if we find any. What do we got here? Green Ink Man getting beat up by a mobster. Bro, you have magic powers. You shouldn't be getting beat up by a mobster. I'm just gonna put that out there. What do we got here? More mobsters. Ooh. Nihilus, oh god. Well, food taste is subjective, just like art, but I am sure there is one that is more agreed upon than others. What is Tastic History with Max Miller? Is that a YouTube show or is it a show on like a channel? Yeah, that's what I meant. Are these freaks? Maybe? No, they're Sky Raiders. I don't care. What is your thought, Endeavor? Jam is probably good. Oh, these guys are purple. I should leave. Nice. I might have to look that up. These are not freaks, but he's adjutant, not an adjustant. Okay, that makes sense. That's cool. There's a guy on TikTok who did similar things, but in much shorter form. And that looks like skulls. Mobsters and Sky Raiders. Okay. Hey guys, did you see that superhero just jumping through the city? He'd stop, look at us, go, no freaks, and jump away. It was the weirdest thing. Nails Hope, I guarantee you they have done that. Did that too early. Yeah, there is such a thing as both a Justicar and a Justiciar. And I think I said it wrong on stream a few times. Okay, Button Man. Fifth column. Don't care. That's really funny. I mean, when you got to name 600 chips. Oh, I found another time capsule. Oh, and I found a bunch of freaks. All right. Ow! Huh. That's quite a task, Endeavor. By named, do you mean the class name or the like the actual like USS whatever? That's interesting, Truxpert. I did not realize Justicar was a totally made-up word. I mean, I guess all words are, All words are made up, but you know what I mean. Of course you have, Endeavor. Of course you have. But yeah, it sounds like Trexpert already has a list. So you guys might want to consult with one another. Okay. This way is not the way to more freaks. Sup, Ancestor Spirit? Alright, you want to come over here and invite me? Meh! I do get joy out of that, too, Hunter. It's not just you. Alright. Where are the freaks? Someone just tried to psychic brain me? That is true, Nihilus. But again, all words are made up. It took me a while to realize that correcting people on, you know, like, words and spelling and grammar was silly, because it's all made up. It doesn't matter. On the other hand, whenever somebody says casted, I still twitch a whole lot. That's an idea, Hunter. I mean, you should suggest it to somebody. Probably Suna. Oh, that's nice. I like that a lot, Endeavor. Okay. Still trying to find more freaks. Man, the freaking Mafia are everywhere here. Ow! How dare you? You know what, Dexter? I like it. Write it. Oh, that's cool, Trexpert. That's because he's threatening some lady. Today, my business is icing you. In NXT, which is WWE's basically like developmental brand, there's a... ow! Stop it! There's actually a group of wrestlers that are like a mafia family. And their stuff is amazing. Okay, we're gonna head deeper into this area that I haven't been to before. Nah, that's not a good idea seed for me, Dexter. Because that's your story. Believe me, I got plenty of ideas already. Huh. And apparently a lot of yawns, too. Oh my god. Where are the freaks? I don't want to fight. No. Are those just random Ricky hanging out? Hmm. No, they're from Devouring Earth, but everybody's red and purple. I don't want to randomly die on the street. I'd like to purposefully die on the street. Yep. In town? Okay. Whoa! Excuse me? This seems like it's going to be tough. I don't know if that idea seed is too sane, Dexter. Well, that's nice. All right. We're going to go... Where's the level up lady? I'm going to go talk to Aurora Borealis and get leveled up and see if there's some freaks around there. Dexter, the mind boggles. Truly it does. I vaguely remember Icon, the costume store, being a new thing that was added later, which makes me wonder if, like, early on, could you not change your costume? I don't blame you, Nihilus. I'm fully putting the blame on Dexter for this one. Oh my god. Leave the random civilian alone. You have a blame kink. Well, I blame you for that too, Dexter. A new power of my choice. All right, this time we're taking the second. Wait, what was this? No, I think I'm gonna do spinning strike and have another combo finisher. Away I go! Now, where did that power end up? Because I need to move some stuff around. I know that was one of my travel things. Oh yeah, I don't really need jump kick anymore. Spring attack I'll keep for now. Yes, playing video games is more enjoyable than actually playing sports sometimes. I still get bored because not much is happening, but...
New
Oh, this is
achievement.
a task force. Okay. All right, we're looking for freaks. We're looking for freaks besides Dexter. What are these, Nazis? Nazis. I did not see that coming. Sky Raiders and Mafia. I think I've checked this area already. I sure have. Okay. Doc Barber, you don't comment much, but when you do, it's perfect. Liberty Quay, Patriot Wharf, and Steel Pier areas. Okay. Does it say on the map where those are? If I, like, zoom in. No. Okay. We're gonna... I'm gonna check down here, because this looks like a wharf. Dexter, your your ability to work in the fact that you watched a horror movie into every conversation is pretty amazing. Pale blue or green dots? Oh, I see. Okay. So, Liberty Quay, Patriot Wharf, and Steel Pier. Steel Pier. We're going over there. Thank you very much, Shirato. Trexpert, that's awesome. Love to find wharf on a wharf. Would it be honorable to find wharf on a wharf? And would you go to war with wharf on a wharf? Stupid mafia people! Where are my freaks? That's a trash can. More mafia people. Freaks! Well, a freak. We'll take it. Yes, of course you did, Dexter. We all know a lot about Lupercalia. Oh, spin kick is cool. This feels like defeat Gord on Nimbus. Yeah, a little bit. Oh, we got a tip. And say it with me now. Just the tip. There was a mission in Champions that I ended up playing on stream where we discovered the mission. It wasn't uncompletable, but the drop rate for the enemies you were supposed to find and kill was so low. And I felt bad because players were like, yeah, we've been complaining about this for years. And, you know, Julia fixed it in the next update, but... Nope, no freaks. Nope, Sky Raider.
New achievement!
Also, where did tips even go? I don't know. You don't have an inventory in this game, so. Mob. Fighting each other. I'm not going to break that up. Mob. Mob. There is so much family in this city. And now we're in Grey Cove. Okay. What were my other options? That's Grey Cove. Patriot Wharf and Liberty Quay. Valor Bridge. Bell Point. All right. So we're back to wondering if down here is Patriot Wharf. It's time to find out. By clicking on this magic store, so I'll go down that way. Thank you, Nihilus. I scrolled up and found it. This is Justice Key. Oh, this is a police mecca. Got it. Someone tell me the etymology of how we ended up calling pronouncing Quay key. I'm sure it's fascinating. Oh, hi. Nah. What just happened? I might be heading to the hospital. Yep, I'm gonna die. I'm not immobilized anymore. Flee! Up, too late. Alright, to the hospital. One of the doctors dialogue is just, you should tell him not to bend it that way. Trying to think of what BGC stands for, Shirato, and I'm not thinking of it. You're right, it does feel French, Dexter. It's ignoring how all the letters are pronounced. Okay. We're just going to head in a southwesterly direction. Ah, Bubblegum Crisis. cool. I have never watched that. I should check it out. Got it. And yet Key West is spelled key, not key. Power Island. This feels like a place the freaks would hang out, but it's not listed, so... Nope. Devouring Earth live here. I guess I have to go around this wall to get down south? Okay. Nihilist, damn it!
Judge, jury, executioner!
Endeavor, we're talking about key, not key or key. We're also not talking about key. I can understand the confusion. Okay, what do we got? Devouring Earth. And we're almost to this structure. And hopefully it'll tell me where we are. Justice Key! Fabulous. Are there freaks? Oh my god, if that's another mob boss. Ah! Why are the family everywhere? Are these freaks? Yes. They're also really strong. This might be a problem. Does this do what I think it does? Oh, okay. That does not do what I think it does. Good to know. Oh my god, one of them's still a mob boss. You know what? We're gonna focus on killing this guy. Especially if the mob guy's gonna run away. Nice. Oh, that's frustrating. But I get to use a different combo ender. That's cool. I mean, that's not that stupid, Dexter. But yes, I know what you mean. Okay. Oh, this isn't even... God, gosh darn it. I thought it said freak. It didn't. What I'm gathering from this is that the whole city is taken over by the mob, and occasionally a freak person will show up in one of these mobs, like arguing with or fighting the mob and the mob. But I don't think there's actually, like, a big group of freaks here. Yeah, everything just seems to be family. The family! Yeah, Dexter, I had that problem growing up reading books a lot. You know, I guess what the pronunciation was of a word. Hey, freaks! I like that the mob always runs away. Very relatable. Oh my god. Yeah, exactly, Shirato. Cool. Only 12 more to go. Just family. Just family. Oh no! I still remember the absolute panic I had the first time I played Star Wars Galaxies. Because, I was trying to get into cover to hide from being shot as much as I was. And the, it was an MMO, so it didn't care about cover. It was just, I was just taking damage. And I was just like, how do I stop it? Listen, whoever Z wants to sub for Dexter, that's their own business. Okay. Where else can I find? City of Heroes. Where to find Freak Show? Craze Folly. I've been to Craze Folly so many times. So many times. Sharkhead Isle, where's that? Ah, that's a city zone and city of villains. Okay. Oh, Craze Folly isn't what I'm thinking of. It's a hazard zone. Okay. How do we get to Craze Folly? Can I get there from here? No. Okay, how do I get there? How do I get there? Y'all. East wall of the zone. Oh, no. Okay. All right, Hunter, feel better. Thanks for stopping by. It doesn't say. Maybe if I look at the map, I should probably be doing that anyway. No, because it's not an interactive map. But there's an interactive map down here. Vidiot maps. Oh, nope, that's closed. I'm also low level for this zone, but should be okay. Or it won't be, and I'll die a lot. Okay. Just tell me how to get there. How do you get there? Brickstown? Okay, Brickstown. Yeah, John has a bunch of variants. Thankfully, Mike and Michael don't. I had a kid in 5th grade try to tell me I was spelling my own name wrong. He was convinced, rather than his spelling being wrong, that I was confused about my own name. Oh, it was garlic bread that I got the craving for. It came through clearer this time. That makes sense. All right, Brickstown. Brickstown. I think I am entering an area, about to enter an area that I am underleveled for. We shall find out together. Hey, it's all cool shit that you know, Dexter. Nihilus, what was main character syndrome in response to? I've completely forgotten. See if it even lets me in. It will. All right. Bounce around, find some freaks, try not to die. Found some. That's what I was worried about. Gonna try and find a smaller group of freaks. Alright, we'll see if this works. I'm gonna guess probably not, but... Oh my god, I managed it. Oh my god, he hit me so hard. Nope, Grace Folly was a mistake! Oh, yes. Absolute main character syndrome. That kid had super main character syndrome. Alright, Grace Folly is not going to work. I wish it would. Because it's easy to find freaks here. City of Heroes. Where the... Yeah. Just tell me where to find them, please. Just tell me where to find them, please. Every single wiki.
Achievement.
Thanks, Dexter. Every single wiki entry so far has the same info copied from the old City of Heroes website. I don't really need to know what enemies I'll fight. Grandville Freak Show Farm. No. Does Talos Island have Freak Show? Is that why you're telling me this? Yes. Okay. Talos Island has Freak Show in a whole bunch of places. So that's going to be my next stop. I can't click on those police officers' heads. I have to click on their crotch. Wait, where am I? Oh no, this is Crazy Folly. I went back. My bad. Where am I now? Okay, I'm in Brickstown. Back to the monorail. What made me happy was that even though Google wasn't giving me the info that I wanted, its stupid AI summary wasn't helpful either. I have this weird sense of deja vu. Like, I had this mission back when City of Heroes first came out. And I just... Words. Come on, brain. And I did the same thing of running into Cray and getting stomped royally. Okay, this is New Troy. They are supposed to be in New Troy. I'm gonna cry. These are all warriors! Okay.
New achievement!
Alright. It's only them in New Sparta. So, we're gonna try that. Problem is, where is New Sparta? Are you gonna tell me which neighborhood is which? New Thebes, New Troy, New Corinth. New Sparta is top left of the outskirts, which is the center of the main island. Okay. So up to the left. Right over there where that S is, should be a bunch of freaks. With any freaking luck. Oh, I didn't even see that the achievement didn't go through. That's funny, Dexter. Did it show up on the screen even though it got rejected in chat? I don't think so, because I didn't hear the sound, but... What? Hold on. What's here? Oh, it's Paragon Dance Party. Okay. Come on, Freak Show. There we go. Oh, God, they're powerful. Heal! Drain! Oh, it doesn't heal more. Okay. Well, I'm gonna die. Okay. Oh, I'm already dead. Mid-jump. Got it. That's funny, Dexter. Alright. We have 10 minutes left in my usual stream time. All I want to do is just kill enough freaks to make this work. So we're gonna do what we can here. From where we are, we want to go... Yeah, we still want to go northwest. This is Sparta! May I take your coat? Love that. Making sure those guys I just jumped by weren't freaks. Nope. All I wanna do... Took me a second to remember that song.
Achievement.
Oh my wabu, shinderu. Those freaks? No. Nope, more Sioux. There's a... Nope, that's an ancestor spirit. The ancestor spirits are glowing, so I thought they were freaks, but they are not. Okay, into New Sparta we go. Oh, I'm standing on the power line. Okay. Well, there's only 2 of them. So with any luck, I can just pull the freak without distracting the other one. Looks like I may have achieved it. Ah! Sounds like Goofy. I hadn't thought of that. I thought it sounded like Will Wheaton a little bit. My friend, I'm begging you, please die. Now I'm out of energy. Oh, God. And now I die. Stop it! Oh, you know what? I could have... My dude! Fine. Give me your energy. And I will use it to heal, kind of. A little bit. Nope, I'm dead. Dexter! Thank you for the compliment of comparing me to such an entertainment luminary as Goofy. I'm just fighting him because he's apparently going to keep chasing me, and I'd rather die fighting at this point. Ooh, I stunned him. Oh, there I go. City of Heroes roguelike edition. Alright. I clearly need to find another section of the city that has freak show that aren't that powerful. But it's 4 o'clock, so rather than throwing myself against the wall for another hour, we are going to wrap things up. I want to thank y'all for being here. It was great chatting with y'all today. It's always fun to have a bunch of people in chat and a bunch of talkative people in chat, so thanks for being here. If you want to keep the conversation going, there's a Discord that you can join right there. Get yourself on there and hang out with refill my inspirations at the nurse. That's a good idea, Sharado. Come on, hang out there, chat with us. There's a lot of cool people. We've got some merch. The link just showed up, and I'm gonna post it again. We've got a shirt with my logo, and then we've got the Frisbee strapped to a canoe Oberth shirt by Duncan, Idaho. We've got the USS Oberth Frisbee strapped to a canoe, also by Duncan, Idaho. We've got You Madron Bro. We've got the Ludo Narrative Dissonance collection, and we've got Right About the Last Jedi. You have a good night too, Nels. Thanks for stopping by. Also, I've got a wish list if you want to buy me stuff. Thank you once again very much to Fragrance for the stream deck. I really, really appreciate it. Let's see. I've got socials. You can find me at Vengeance God on Blue Sky and Broken Infinity Films on Instagram. I host 3 podcasts on the Ace of Geeks Podcast Network. They are the Ace of Geeks Podcast, Yavin Radio, and The Edge of Reality. I think you'll enjoy them all. And if you want to... Peace Locked! The League of Swords is my TV show combining professional wrestling with sword fighting. Click that link. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, please. I think you'll really love it. All right. Who are we rating? Dark Mom is on. Magic Sword is on.
New achievement!
I feel like I don't want to raid the same person again. I don't know. I can raid the same person again. I love it when 16-bit Eric raids me again and again. And you guys like Dark Mom, so let's raid Dark Mom! All right. Thank you all so very much for tuning in. I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. Oh, tomorrow, we are either going to be canceled or not at the usual time. I have a hair appointment at 12:30, so I can't stream at the usual time. I'm hoping Mei-Ling will be up for doing some split fiction that night. And if so, we might stream that. So I will let you know. But keep your eyes peeled here, and we'll see you next time. Thank you all so much for being such an awesome audience, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.